Welcome to Certifiably Feral. I'm your host with the most radio-friendly voice today.
You're doing good.
Kelly Budnick. And we have beautiful
Amanda Perrin.
and most importantly, our lovely, gorgeous, feral, fantastic friend, Tara Carlson.
She's so feral.
One of the most feral people I know.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, I take that with so much pride.
As you should.
Thank you.
Like, you already have the certificate. You were certifiably feral before this even happened.
Guys.
Yeah. I'm so distracted immediately by these earrings. Are they heavy?
Yeah.
I feel like when you're 70, your earlobes are going to be...
They might. I cannot headbang in these. I found the hard way.
For a while, but don't wear them for 12 hours at a time.
Oh, no. I've tried, and I've taken them off about 2 hours in.
They're gorgeous.
And I feel like I get bruises on my face from headbanging with them. And then I'm like, oh, I should probably take these off.
This is the most perfect introduction to you right there.
It
in
is.
that.
And they look so pretty with her blue hair.
You guys.
If you're just watching, they're just really actual chunks of, is it quartz?
Yeah, with a little
Clear
opal
quartz
on
with
top.
Oh, they're gorgeous.
And, oh gosh, that's beautiful. I thought it was turquoise. It is.
Someone at Patera Lounge made them.
Really?
I think Annie's
Annie's sister.
sister-in-law
Yes.
might have made them.
Those are fancy.
They do the cool, if you're in Spokane, Patera Lounge is so amazing, and Annie is one of the owners, lovely human, and she, and I think you're right, it's her sister-in-law, they make like the coolest crafts, jewelry, almost everything in there they have made. It's
I've only been there once. I need to check it out. 'Cause
The vibe is like Lord of the Rings meets witchy sunshine.
Ooh, that's a perfect description.
yes, it is a perfect description.
And she's always got like incense or candles going, and it's just such a vibe.
Shout out Annie. This
Shout
is
out
your
Annie.
free ad, which I'm always going to give a free ad to the most magical people. But yes.
Me too. I feel like sometimes I'm a walking influencer, like but like with my just
I think that's true.
people, and I love that.
Yeah.
Okay, I need to ask you guys my serious question really quick.
Okay.
Do you pee in the shower?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh my God! Thank God.
Can I give you a tip from
Pro tip.
a pro tip from a urologist? After I had my hysterectomy, all kinds of fuckery happened with my ability to know when I have to pee. To this day, 5 I believe years later, I don't have the sensation I need to pee.
Oh.
Yeah. So keep that in mind if you have to have a hysterectomy. Anyway, I was talking to her about peeing in the shower, and she said, make sure you always bend your knees.
Huh.
And don't just pee because it triggers the ureter sphincter of some sort.
Right.
If this is a lie, don't tell me because I trust this woman.
Sounds right so far.
We don't have our fact checker on call right now.
Well, we could, but we don't want to bother them with things that I know to be true in my soul. Anyway, you want to make sure that you engage your urethra sphincter. I can't remember.
Ureter sphincter.
So
That makes sense,
It
actually.
does, kind of.
Yeah, because it's not natural for women to pee standing.
you should have to squat a little.
Right.
So if you just bend your knees just a little, it tells your body to engage that.
I think there's something too that I was told where you're not supposed to like if you the water, like the warm water can trigger like your body to want to pee or even the sound of water. So there was something, it wasn't the bending knees, but that makes sense. But it was like just to not allow yourself to just let it flow out of you, like to be able to like stop it in the middle. Otherwise, like the water or the sound could trigger it, or the warmth.
that makes
I love just letting it flow out of me. Yeah. And like kind of forgetting about it. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm peeing.
I know. Do you know someone who doesn't pee in the shower?
Yeah, I know several people.
They're liars.
I think so too.
They say they think it's gross.
I think they're dumb.
And I'm like, what are you?
Urine is sterile. People drink that.
It's actually good. Who did we talk about? Preventing athlete's foot.
Oh, yes. But
Pee on your foot?
Supposedly, if you pee in the shower, it helps to protect against. Again, I don't know
That's
if these things
probably-
are true, but it feels like it should be.
Maybe we need a section in this podcast called Shit We Have Heard That We Think Is True, but Prove Us Otherwise.
Yes.
100%.
Add it to the. Okay, we're going to get you guys an 800 Google number like in the olden days so you can call
we
in
get-
and talk about these things.
What
Because
was-
I'm tired of getting 10 o'clock texts from people being like, Lisa Marie Presley, still this week I got a text.
Someone's
caps.
behind.
All caps, Lisa Marie Presley.
Someone's not caught up.
Oh,
Bitch.
no pressure. But yeah.
I don't mind. Like, thank you for starting to listen. And also, we know.
What were the dirty numbers? Remember when you would call like the
Oh, 1-900.
900? Whatever number was the 900 number.
I support this.
That's feral. What is that? Do you not know?
No.
Okay, wait a minute. Remind
How
us.
old are you?
Can we talk age?
Yeah, I'm 34.
That's right.
Oh,
okay.
the babies.
Okay, so, and I don't know, maybe this was around when you were
No.
young, but okay, probably not.
I wish it was.
So,
you guys,
you
I
never
don't-
had the TV ads?
1-900. No, phone sex wasn't on a TV ad, but psychics
No, it
were.
was. Phone sex was on the TV ads. Call the hottest hotline.
Oh, you're
Me and
right.
my friends would do the voices
That's true.
all the time. Like, you'd be watching TV late at night. Are you lonely?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Do you miss me? Call the hottest girls on our hotline. 1-900 sexy bits or something like that.
Sexy
That was a
bits.
good one.
Yeah.
That did it for me.
You
I'd
did?
call
You
it.
call?
I'd call it.
Maybe we should bring that back. But that was the thing.
I love this.
You never had.
No.
There were also the psychics
Mm-hmm.
on the 900 numbers. Like you could call per minute and get a good psychic.
reading.
Who was just talking about that comedian we saw?
Yeah.
Peter Antonio.
He worked.
We remember his name, Peter Antonio.
And he worked for that since he was 18 years old.
Do you know what that's saying to us? That little pop-up.
What's it saying? I don't see pop.
Oh, it must have gone away.
It went away.
Okay, then that's good.
That was a real cute close-up of my face.
We,
we get a lot of those.
but you always make the cutest faces.
That one.
Well, I'll edit this out. Okay, so Peter Antonio, remembering his name, because last time we had to look it up, he was the psychic comedian that we saw a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah.
Oh, phenomenal.
He got his job. He started out as a 17-year-old on the psychic hotline. That's how he started honing his gifts.
Wow.
And he's got some.
And he's the real deal.
Oh, that was incredible. Well, this could bring us to
Current obsession.
current obsessions. And
Do you have one?
Me? Yeah, it's kind of boring, but it's the best I got.
Okay, bring it.
I'm in between obsessions. I'm moving out of my Outlander obsession.
Okay.
I mean,
okay.
still obsessed with Danafash, Sassenach.
Danafash.
But I'm moving away from it because we're almost done with the last season, and it got really
no
cornbally.
spoilers for me because I'm only on season 7.
Okay, I won't.
Same.
You're almost there.
I'm close.
You're really
Yeah.
close. It's just, I don't know if you're starting to notice, it's getting a little bit like over the top drama.
It's always
like,
been that way.
Has it always been? And I've just really been jaded by Jamie
You're-
this whole time.
You're just like, who, it's like a soap opera. You're like, really? You got amnesia again and you're lost in a cave
Right.
again?
again.
Like the first 3 seasons, everything's new. But then when they start recycling drama, then it becomes more and more obvious.
And you have
Okay,
to also
that's
ask,
fair.
there's no way that much stuff could happen to 2 people
No,
in their
absolutely
whole
not.
life.
The
But
only
it's
thing
multiple lives.
it is
True, but like
and
even
it's a
ju-
different time.
True, but they're like hopping through all the cool. I mean,
Oh, I know. I think the same thing about like that's too much trauma bonding. That doesn't exist.
Also, yes.
no,
Right?
Yeah.
Like I don't.
I love
think-
how they're just like, we're time travelers. They get to the point where they
Yeah,
just
we don't even like. This is what it is.
Yeah.
They're like, what are we gonna tell little Jimmy? He's a time traveler.
Of course. All of a sudden, we have a name for ourselves.
But let me ask you, would you guys be surprised if someone just came up to you and said, I'm a time traveler now? I wouldn't.
No,
No, I'd be super interested. I'd be
Yes.
stoked.
I would need a little bit of like proof. Like,
Yeah.
are you just a regular run of the mill dissociated from reality time traveler,
Run of the mill.
or because I mean, dime a dozen, or
Got enough of those.
do you have some proof that you've come
Right.
with a purpose?
Like an old trinket,
Yeah.
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 Well,
a stopwatch, something.
Like, are you going to start looking at cars and being like, what are these big machines?
yeah. Where's
things?
your DeLorean?
Yeah.
Maybe we should
actually?
just start acting like time travelers. Weird. What's this? You get in an Uber.
That can be your cause a scene. Amanda loves to cause a scene. That needs to be a scene that you cause.
Well, what's this thing that's shining in my face?
Yes.
There's no fire behind it.
Okay.
It's not the sun.
Okay. We're gonna work on this.
Yeah.
I love
We're gonna do
this.
this. Okay.
You could be like, I walked in, take me into a shop, and I'm like, my grandmother owned this, like a trinket or something, and I could like telling a whole story, and I'm like, but I was there. I don't know.
See, again, run of the mill dissociated from reality people.
Yeah.
Like this world, not a lot's gonna surprise a lot of people right
Nothing
now.
surprises anyone.
Yeah.
Okay,
True.
current
But my
obsession.
current obsession is hot as shit showers before bed.
Ooh, boil the skin.
Which is weird for me because I don't like showers normally. I'm not
You're
a
a
big,
bath
I'm not a lover of showers.
And
I
you
just
don't like to be hot.
loud running water. I love to be hot. I just don't like showers. I don't like standing.
Or
I don't
overly hot sweaters.
Nope, don't like overly hot sweaters.
But
But
you
for
like
some
hot
reason,
showers.
I want like scalding hot, like burn my skin, make it red when I get out of that shower. And if I am being a little bit healthy, whatever, I'll turn it to cold before I go to bed because you're not supposed to take a hot shower before bed.
Yeah.
It's not good for your...
No.
But sometimes I don't
Do you
that.
lather up afterwards with lotion? Because hot water is drying to the skin.
No, I don't do that.
Well,
Probably should.
That's your choice.
when you have scaly skin, you'll know why. Just
Okay.
kidding. Just kidding.
You would have that if you knew about the 900 numbers.
They taught us a lot. The 900 numbers taught us a
Yeah.
lot.
Yeah.
I'm just going to say because we're old.
And because we're old.
Yeah. So when I'm 80, I'll be like, oh, Kelly told me.
Yeah.
Not that old.
Look at, I started this, no, it's actually 49.
I was
From what I can tell.
I was going to say 43.
This year, it started getting crepey. You know, your grandma's skin got crepey.
Yeah.
I saw it, and like, look when I do this. Like, see, I know,
Cute.
I know it's just the start, but you guys,
My arm isn't like that, but I feel like my hand is starting to get like that.
I started
but not my
putting
arms.
my retinol, when I put my retinol on, I started putting it
yours
on
do
my
that?
hand.
Yeah. I think it's also just maybe what we're eating.
I don't like your bounce. It's not like it's how long it takes it to bounce.
Oh, my bounce is back.
Do you have a current obsession?
Let's see. Jumpsuits. Bex wore her blue jumpsuit here, and I fell in love with that. And it's by Noble, but then I went to try to buy it, but they were sold out of my size. And all they have is like extra, extra large or extra, extra small left. Sigh. So I just, Wild Fang, do you guys know that company? They're out of Portland. They sell...
I might have just heard about it.
They're really, their clothes are super cool. You've seen my, oh God, what is my feminist shirt? Oh. You know what I'm talking about, my t-shirt?
Yeah.
Wild Feminist or something like that?
With the snakes and the braids?
No, this is just words. I can't even remember what my own shirt says. Anyways, I got that from there. But they do a lot of like gender neutral clothes. But yeah, but they have this one jumpsuit that's like high-waisted. So it like cinches in at the waist and gives you a waist, which is really cute. Because some of the jumpsuits are like very like coverall-ish. They look very like boxy. Yeah. And I don't want that. So I went online. They had a 25% off sale for their birthday, and I bought a purple one. I don't own anything purple.
And when does it come?
It should be here today. I just remembered.
What?
Yeah.
I hope it's there when you get home.
I do too. I'm excited.
And you can just try it on
I'm
real quick.
so stoked.
What kind of purple?
Like a plum purple.
Cute.
Like it's a pretty purple. And I don't like, I've never been a purple person. But then isn't there a band called something Jumpsuit Apparatus?
Yes.
It's not purple jumpsuit, is it? Or is it red jumpsuit? apparatus?
Fuck.
You guys know this?
I know what you're talking about. It'll
Anyways.
come to me in about 20 minutes.
You guys are getting all of these today because
Somebody out there is going to know.
something. But I think that's what I'm gonna be inspired by is that I'm gonna have a jumpsuit apparatus and I'm gonna rock the shit out of it.
I love it. You know, when
I'm excited.
You needed an outing for your jumpsuit.
I know.
What if we did had a booth and had karaoke on the street?
I love it.
Like, people are doing these things. Actually, not people. My friends in Asheville, North Carolina. That's where Asheville is, right?
Yeah.
Okay. She does joy parades.
Oh.
And they just have signs happy or just random, and they just go around dancing in the streets.
That is so
Isn't that
cute.
so cute?
My friend Carolyn, our friend Carolyn,
Yes.
has a friend there in Asheville who does a free hugs booth.
Cute.
And it's but she takes it, and then she has this trunk show with clothes, and she takes her whole show on the road. But
Oh, cool.
and people Venmo her, it's a whole business.
I love that.
We gotta get creative here.
Yeah.
There's also this woman that I don't know, you guys might have seen on the internet, the internets. She does Eat Right karaoke in LA. And it's funny because at first it was just regular people.
Yeah.
And now it's there'll be
Yes.
someone from a band on her, But she'll be do you want to do Eat Right karaoke? It's got a speaker and the person just sits on her thing and she rides around and they sing, but then they pay her. And I'm and then she puts it on her channel and makes money. And I'm why didn't I think of that?
Why didn't you think of that? Well, that doesn't exist here.
No.
So
We
you can still do
we
it.
can do it.
There's no such thing as copyright anymore.
This is true.
No.
This is true.
No
doesn't
intellectual
really-
property
I love it.
whatsoever.
No, it
I
doesn't
love
really
it.
exist.
It's all good. So yes, there will be an outing.
An outing for
and
the
you need
jumpsuit.
to take these pants on an outing. Not that this isn't
I do.
an outing.
I do. This is my main outing for the day.
I love it.
Yeah. I only got dressed for this. Legit.
That's perfect.
Well, you did good.
You did good.
Thank you so much. This is the first time they're seeing.
They're so
people.
cute.
Ugh.
What
I
are
do
you
get
wearing? We have to
cankles.
describe for the listeners at home, and you have to
Oh.
stick your leg up in the air to show the folks at home. Ooh, look at that flexibility.
Flexibility.
Okay.
These lovely
what I'm
black and
wearing.
white checkered pants.
I didn't shave my legs. It's fine.
That's
don't have to do that
fine.
here.
That's feral. You just show whatever you want to show. Can you put your foot behind your head?
No, I don't.
But have you tried? Girl.
Wait, other one.
You're
Hold on.
close. You're
Girl.
you're close.
You were
I'm
so
close.
close.
I think my adductors are a little too tight.
I mean, but that was impressive.
yeah,
you.
that's more than
Yeah.
what I got.
I'm hypermobile.
So we should probably not.
I go like
be doing-
this.
We should probably not be doing that. You
see this?
I'm not. Yeah,
No,
I'm not going to encourage
you're
this.
very
I'm not
no.
going to
Yeah.
encourage you.
No.
Yoga kind of fucked me up.
Yep. It'll do
happens.
that for hypermobile folks.
Yep.
But
But it also, in so many ways, did other great,
also-
amazing
yeah.
things.
it also makes us who we are.
It does.
It does.
It does. It's not like I was going to be any less hypermobile.
Right.
It's
I mean,
true. It's true.
let's be real.
But I think not every teacher knows how to teach a class to people that are hypermobile. Like for me as a yoga teacher, I would always say, just because you can doesn't mean you should.
Do you know what my pet peeve is? I'm going to get on the floor.
Do it, girl.
But
Do
my
it, lady.
pet peeve is when I see anybody in a class going like this.
Oh, popping their elbows out.
And I'm like, where's the teacher?
So just so
Come
you,
around.
Just so you
This is so bad.
folks at home.
This doesn't even feel good.
No, I would always tell them, let the eyes of your elbows look at each other instead of looking outward, right? So for those of you that are at home listening, because you're not here, Tara was on the floor doing plank and she was hyperextending her elbows, and it wasn't a good idea.
But
Makes me
this
sad
is
for
what
them.
I need to say that I have been telling Amanda for a while. I would like her to teach me a yoga class. Other people can be invited.
Sure.
A yoga class for me and people like me who spent the majority of their life being dissociated from their physical body, who, like, I need literal 10 steps to get into a pose. Like, for it to be, like, first you put your knees down, and now do this, now do that, to train my body how to get into this pose. I need that from a safe person. And then I would like yoga. But I know I'm the person who is like, put your elbows at, like, people around are like, oh God, you're fucked, lady.
Well, people aren't the best. Cueing is something that is an art. Like, it truly is an art.
And you shouldn't, like, the average yoga teacher shouldn't have to do that in the average yoga class for someone on my level. Like, let's have yoga for people who are just learning how to be in their body.
I think, I mean, like, you know, that's why there's, like, levels, but, like, people go level 1, level 2, level 3,
I've
or
been
whatever.
into a basic intro level yoga class.
People just,
it doesn't happen.
I think
it doesn't.
Because a lot of teachers teach where they're at instead of where the students are at. And they're teaching, like, they know plank, so they just say plank.
Yeah,
you know?
exactly.
They know to, you know, engage their core, so they don't say it.
Don't you also think, though, that there's a big disconnect between, like, yoga to get in your body and yoga to get a workout?
Oh, completely.
And,
They're
like,
two different-
yoga to be in your body doesn't exist like it used to.
No.
Or like it does in other
Well, it's
countries.
like so much of the wellness world.
Yeah.
I'm on my high horse about this lately. Also, I'm just a raging bitch right now. So
Be one.
take
We love it.
everything I say with a grain of salt.
We love
Do it, lady.
Do it, lady. I have major beef with so much of wellness and spirituality right now. That's like, what is this fucking shit that is so watered down and so whitewashed and so...
I think we're all sick of it.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, it's... And I will say, I mean, there are a couple of good studios here in Spokane, absolutely, that I've seen, but as someone, I don't like hot because I have POTS and it makes me want to pass out and throw up.
Yeah.
But
I don't like hot because I'm 50.
Right. And I know some people love that, but I have a really hard time finding classes. I mean, there's, like I said, there's a few studios here that aren't hot, but there's a lot of hot yoga here. And not that this is all about yoga, but we brought up yoga and just the hot yoga is just, but yeah. And then it's like, well, sorry, you're being heated from the floor to the air, to the ceiling, from the windows to the walls.
And the sweat is dripping down
Your balls.
Oh my God, the sweat is dripping.
Oh, skeet, motherfucker.
Yes.
Oh, skeet, goddamn.
Yeah.
Goddamn.
I'm so glad we did that. That was a beautiful riff.
You just did it.
And transitioning on now. Just kidding.
Right. What are other...
Moving
So,
on.
We decided today that this is Tara's podcast. Like,
We're just remembering right now.
right. We're just remembering.
20 minutes in.
We decided that, well, not only is she the guest, but we're like, this is all you, boo. Like, this is about this one right here. This adorable person.
Please be in charge.
So we want to... You're like, I'll do it.
I'm fine. Well, you've had a podcast in the past, so you've got this in the bag.
Yeah, I've had a few.
Yeah.
Let's
we
be
have
real.
two. Yeah.
I've had a couple.
Will you tell us what your podcasts were real quick before we get on to your... Because you have some show and tell for us.
Yeah. I have gifts and show and tell. Okay.
Tell us about your podcast.
My most recent one that I would love to come back to when it's right was Letters to Yourself. And the reason I started it was because I had, like, piles of journals that I had never once opened after I wrote in them. And because I'm just not really good at reflecting back. I just am like, okay, moved on, you know.
It did its job.
Yeah, but that's not always healthy, and it's not always, like, it doesn't always remind you of, like, how far you've come and what you learned. And so in that podcast, I would read journal entries and then write a letter to that version.
Oh, God, that's amazing.
Yeah, it was really healing. It was so
Is it
good.
just you and your I love that.
And I thought about, like, as it grew, if it did grow, you know, I have all my little micro hobbies, and then they get boring or they get hard. In this case, it got hard because Spotify for podcasters changed their whole bullshit, and I was like, okay, we're done with that. Yeah. But I had a lot of blogs, a lot of blogs. Do you guys remember LiveJournal?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yes.
I fucked
good.
with LiveJournal for a hot minute.
Yes.
Just a way of expressing yourself. Like, I love that there's so many platforms to do that with, right? Like, whether it's blogging or blogging. I mean,
And I love words. I also, like, I started writing a book. I started, like, compiling all of my journal entries and then kind of, like, putting them into a similar format as that podcast. And I had compiled, like, I don't know, 100 pages at one point.
Oh,
Yeah.
how cool.
That book, whenever I come back to it, it's going to be good. In about 20 years.
yeah, that's how I feel about my book, too. Book writing is,
Yeah.
that's a lot.
It's a lot.
Yeah.
Especially when you're writing it about yourself. I mean,
Yeah. Props to people who have written memoirs, for sure.
yeah.
Finished memoirs.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Reading the
you know
same
what?
thing over and over that you did and then being reminded of all of these things that you did and like sometimes you probably feel really empowered and then other times you're like, why did I do that?
I love, there's a few people that I have read in the past that write a memoir and then like 3 years later, their next memoir comes out. And it's like for that 3-year period, which is great. And I support it. I'm not ever going to shame anybody for the way they do their process. But I'm like, you know what? Wouldn't it have been cool if you just let that keep cooking and then the progression could be the whole progression?
Yeah.
Like there's neither way is bad or better.
Yeah.
But like it's maybe why it's my way of giving myself permission that I've been writing a book since I was 19 years old. Like it's okay.
But I hear you
when
on
I'm
that.
One day.
70,
Yeah.
it will be the full cooked
It'll be the
thing.
whole cooked stew.
I don't want to do it
Yeah.
multiple
I
times.
kind of feel like
I
a
don't
one and
know.
done. That's how I would feel. But
Yeah.
I love your letter idea. I actually use letters a lot in my therapy process with clients. And that reminds me of Elizabeth Gilbert she has her little letters from love, Substack and all of that. But she writes to herself and does a lot of that. But I love that concept, and I find it really helpful with clients. Just in the insight, like to writing to whether it's a part or a younger version of yourself. It's so healing, and journaling. It sounds like it's a big thing for you. Do you do it regularly?
I go in phases. I've been in kind of a rebellious phase lately where I'm kind of like
anti-journal.
I'm anti like anything that like on paper is what I should be doing. Like if when I meditate, I want to go back to like the basics. Like I just want to like be in my body for 5 minutes. Like I don't need to like go on a spiritual journey. Like I'm just not in that place in my life right
I like
now.
that.
I do
Like,
too.
That reminds me of what you said about the yoga class. It's like making it more simple, because I feel like we've made everything in the healing world so freaking multi-layered and complicated. And I find that with therapy too. Like I will sit with clients anymore and I'm just like, there are so many theories, there are so many methods, and it's like that I was, thinking the other day how I'm like, one of the biggest, most healing things for you to do is go outside and touch a tree.
Yes. Yes.
and not like communicate to it and
just
have it try to touch
Put
you
your hand.
and not like try to feel the energy of the tree through your. I mean, I do this, but like
Just
we don't have
touch
to
the
like
bark.
do Reiki on the tree. Like just
touch
Just
the bark.
go
Just touch it.
fucking side.
Touch
like,
the
just
bark.
smell it if you want.
Look at the light.
yeah.
To not have to have a purpose or an intent. I mean, purposefulness and intention and all that is a beautiful thing, but like also so is the most, like the intention can be, it is just doing this thing. And whatever comes from it, it doesn't have to be contrived. I think one of the thing about being a feral woman is that it gets to be the most stripped down version of ourselves, of our practices. And what I do and what you do can be so different, and it can be rebellious, and it can just be like, this feels good.
Yep.
Journaling right now doesn't feel good. And so I get to rebel against it.
Yep, totally. That reminds me of something I did think about that has been a really important part like of my path was that rebellion, like giving myself permission to be like bad or like naughty. And
I love that.
because like growing up, I didn't have a lot of people, especially women in my life that were unapologetic, you know, like I never really, you know, my mom had her moments, like she was goofy and weird, but she still was very like a little bit more reserved. And, you know, there was a lot of bad juju and we were in the Christian church and, you know, and so one of my first like exposures to that was my shaman here in town.
Yeah.
And I remember like working with her for like a year and then learning that she has a glass of whiskey every night, that she smokes weed.
Yeah.
And I was like,
Oh,
I can, we can do that? That's allowed? You know what I mean?
permission slip.
Yeah. And like, I've been a freaking weed smoker my whole life. And up until the last like year and a half, I've actually like been a lot more disciplined about it. But for a lot of the time that I smoked weed, I was ashamed as fuck about it. I was so ashamed of it. Right? Like I'm in this professional health world and, you know, nobody talks about whether they smoke weed. And when really, like so many people smoke weed in all different disciplines across the board.
Yes.
And the people that don't really want to, and they just can't because their job.
Right, exactly. Or
So-
like a health thing.
Yeah,
or
Right,
like,
or a health thing. Yes, of course. But, yeah, just
or they
like,
don't get off the couch for a week.
I mean, yeah, that's rebellious.
Sometimes.
Fuck getting
Anyway,
up.
It's well, you know,
Who needs legs?
in theory.
Yeah.
Who needs to wash
Yeah.
their feet
No.
and step
Just
or
wash your
use
bosom.
legs?
You don't
and-
need to wash the feet.
No. Oh, I'm so excited. I'm excited to like hear your
Unravel
whole
that.
story. And
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah, just wanted to give a little, you know.
One thing
I
we
love
haven't
it.
done though because again we knew it was going to be like this because
Yes,
of
we did.
the energies and
Yes,
it's
we
good.
did.
This feels a little reserved, by the
We
way.
haven't
Yes.
right.
I know.
Because I'm nervous.
We haven't. You haven't told us what you do. Like we know what you do,
Yes.
but will you tell everyone else what you do?
Introduce
Because you do
the world that your
Yes.
current self,
Okay.
who you are in this world. No
Okay.
big deal. Do
No
you want
big
me
deal.
to start?
Yeah, that'd be
Would
great.
that help you?
That would
Okay,
help
I can
me.
feel the
Thank
tension
you.
rising.
You're like,
I human. I just human.
I have parts and I move those parts.
Yes. I'm going to tell you, I want you to talk about like your love for her as the movement amazingness, because I feel like you just speak it so beautifully. This is what, and we don't know each other well, you and I. It's only been very recently that we've really like had conversations, which is so fun. Who I know, like the thing that I just love about you is obviously, because it speaks to my heart, you are a language and speech pathologist. Yes. Which I needed help saying. And do you primarily work with the autism community, or is that just a small part of it? I don't know.
I primarily work
Okay.
with the autistic community.
Yes.
Yes, by choice.
Oh,
I got to
okay.
choose my caseload.
Oh, that's
I think over half
incredible.
of my caseload.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
So obviously my mama heart is like, that was when I learned that about you. I was like, oh, I know. I knew I loved this human, and that is a quality that you embody to want to be providing service. And like some of our conversations have been you saying like, oh, I want to understand this more. How does this, how do you relate? And it's just like your heart is so beautifully, lovingly, compassionately, like just the perfect heart that I can imagine for working in this community. So I mean, I love so many things about you, but to me, that is the thing that I love the most. So you're never allowed to not do that because I won't like you anymore. Just kidding.
tall
good
order
thing I'm
there.
rebellious.
No pressure. She's like,
I'm
well,
amazing.
huevo, so.
That part of your heart is what I love about you. Like, however it shows up in the world.
Thank you.
So you are a language and speech pathologist. You are also a mindfulness meditation instructor, guru of all kinds of things, which you'll talk about a little bit. But I was just kind of going through your socials and your website, and one of the things when you were talking about leading movement meditations is like, I'm an ADHD person. I can't sit still for 30 minutes. So we do meditation this way. And I was like, yes, that for you, for me, for so many people to be able to get into a place of mindfulness without having to be still is just so great.
Yep.
So those are two of the things that I love about you. Ma'am.
Thank you.
Ma'am, would you like to add to the discussion, ma'am?
Ma'am. Thanks.
Marm.
That felt very inspiring.
Maybe. Listen,
The ma'am part.
you're getting the best I got right now, okay?
We're going to have to just
not a lot.
allow
great.
Tara to make up for the
great.
parts
She's
that
gonna.
we're missing
She's
today.
gonna.
No, you
She's
guys are
bringing it.
great.
She's bringing it. Okay, so my first experience with you was in Circle at Anamkara, which is so cool because I feel like so many of the people that we're bringing on here, we met through Anamkara, again, this beautiful community hub. Just seeing your energy and your light and how you show up, and then hearing about your work with MNRI that I got to experience, which was powerful. And if you want to talk a little bit about that and tell people what that is, because Masgutova's neuromuscular reflex integration, did I get it?
You did.
Okay, high five.
Get it. Yeah, girl.
That was just right off the top.
That was bomb.
This is period week too, so I'm doing good.
Yeah.
So I got to experience that from you because I heard how powerful it was from our dear friend Amanda. And then it was such, we knew each other a little bit, and I knew about like the dance work that you did, because last summer you did an amazing event in the park that I wanted to attend, but I couldn't because of the heat. And, I remember, last year I was in a very different place physically than I am this year. And going to you for that treatment, and just the way you held space for me was so beautiful. And we're open to shifting gears when we needed to shift gears. And I mean, you are such a nurturer in the way that you show up and hold space for people. And it's just beautiful. And, like Kelly said, you do that with kids, but you are also so good at doing that with adults. And, I see you as someone who's like multifaceted, which is why I'm attracted to your energy, because I'm also a multifaceted person. Like I have so many different interests and lives I've lived in this life, and careers and things that I've done. And I love how you show up in each of those spaces, and are also very open to just trying on different things. And I know that you're taking a little break in some of that work right now, but I'm just, I'm so excited to hear what you want to bring today about all of that. I'm very curious about your dance, and like, again, you have your career and your dance classes and workshops, like you're leading an event tomorrow night, and please put a plug in for that, even though it'll happen later because you'll be doing more, I'm sure. But I want to know too, like, what got you into dancing in the way that you do in, like, for your own therapeutic practice? The festivals that you've told me about and all of that. I love seeing this like little like rave fairy, like feral fairy, festival fairy.
Rave Goblin.
Feral Rave Goblin. Isn't that this guy here, your little Elo?
Oh, my little Elo worm.
Yeah. He's your symbol for your group, right?
Yeah, he's our totem.
I just love it. So all the things, of course, whatever you want to share. One thing that we talk about in this podcast is, that might be part of this story, this evolution that you talk about, is what your Breaking Bad moment was. You talked a little bit about it already, of like not having any of those women in your life. When did you decide to be the woman that you are? That's what I'm curious about.
Well, thank you guys so much.
That's your introduction.
I loved it.
Yes.
I
And
loved it.
please feel free to
Elaborate.
Elaborate on what we said, add to, all the things we missed.
Well, I first wanted to say to both of you, but specifically with what you were saying about the work we did together, something that was honestly my favorite part about working with women and some men was like this mirroring effect that those one-on-one sessions would provide for me, and like teaching me so much about like how multifaceted we all are. You know, I think there was a big chunk of my life that I wanted to put myself in a box because it felt easier. It felt simpler, right? And it maybe is, but it's also fucking boring, right? But when you have a business, it's really challenging to advertise yourself when you don't have at least a couple boxes that you put yourself in. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
So when I had like you and the other Amanda, like I just felt so, and I don't mean this in like a high horse way. I mean it genuinely. I felt so honored to work with you and that you trusted me in this work and that you trusted me to tell me all about your physical health and your emotional health and your spiritual health. And, you know, 90% of the time, I had no idea how, like, where to go with it. I just was like, tell it all to me and then let it go on the table, you know? And the clients that I had that wanted, like, had all these questions. What did you feel in my body? What did you notice? What am I doing wrong? What do I need to do better? Those were the ones that I, like, usually didn't come back or didn't come for very many sessions. But you and Amanda and there were a few others that were just, like, you just put it all out there and you just let it be what it was. And 90% of the time, I had no idea what I was doing. Genuinely. I was just like,
Well, you're being a conduit, right?
I guess. Yeah,
Exactly.
I guess.
Yeah.
So I love that that's how we got
I do
close.
too.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I love that you introduced me to this one.
I know.
too.
It feels so good. And I feel like it's fun because with this podcast, we're like growing our community too. And it just, like, you've been in my orbit for a while, but I, you know, now I'm like, oh, I love her. Like, I want to hang out with her. I want to go do stuff with her. Like, come hang out with me on my couch. Let's watch Outlander together, you know? Like, you know?
I love that.
So we went from you just holding my head to this. Now we're here in a podcast with Kelly, and it's just, life is fun.
It is so fun. It's like, ever since I've lived here, I've been like, just kind of grabbing at people and like not really knowing how they all fit together. And in the last like year, like all of the dots, like there are people that are coming back around. They're like, I know you. And I'm like, oh,
It's
yeah,
so good.
I think I know you, but like where, how, what? Yeah.
It's so good.
It's so good.
There's something like I just love whatever's happening in the world and the cosmos.
Yes.
Like this community thing that is happening is, and you know, we're all building our weird little community.
Yeah.
Like our just,
And it's so weird.
it's so wonderful.
And so good. And we're like in the process too of kind of like pruning a little bit,
Yes.
right? And
Oh,
like
yes.
trimming back some of those
Yes.
extras that, you know, are on their own journeys that
their community is over there
Their
with their
community.
little weird ones.
yeah.
And there's, but the cool thing is like, I don't know, one thing that I'm really seeing and loving is like, oh, you're over here for a while and then we're over here. And then it's like, you know, when something is porous and it's like, it's not contained so tightly, but it gets to have movement and it's just like so great.
It makes me think of, it's funny how we're talking about yoga in this, like one of the concepts of yoga is non-attachment, right? And when you were talking about how you like to work, like the people that come in, and maybe you resonate with this too, Kelly. I know I do as a therapist, and some of my past life regression work and energy work that I do is, you know, obviously people come to us for different reasons, but sometimes like, I find that those who get super attached to the, tell me why this is happening, tell me, you know, any of that, just wanting to understand so much. And then if you don't have the answers, or the answers are supposed to, I mean, because we have the answers within ourselves, but, you know, and it just feels like that the more, and talking about community too and pruning, this is all just feels like a common theme of like, I don't know, like I'm finding in my own life, and it's kind of how I've been for a really long time, and maybe it's, you know, just maybe it's trauma, maybe it's Maybelline, who knows, but like the more we're less attached to these outcomes and results, just the easier life flows and the easier life is. Like the less we grip
100%.
in our work and our community and everything.
Yep.
Well, and just as you're describing the client who comes in and is on the table and tell me why and tell me, you know, this and that, it's the outcome is far less than the outcome of someone who comes in, and we both can be in a place of non-attachment of, let's see what comes forward today.
Yeah.
Let's see, you know, whether that's on the table in a body work situation, in a therapy, in an energy, you know, whatever, in relationship, in let's see what comes to play today.
Yep.
Let's give it what it needs, the nourishment it needs. It's going to grow versus tell me what to do to make this thing grow. Well, we don't even know what it needs yet. How would we know?
I call it compassionate curiosity.
Ooh, I love that.
It's like been my favorite term to remind myself. But like those people also, those are me, right? Those are those have been us. Yeah. And so there was so much like reverence for that. And I think that was part of where my block was when I took a break, was like, I wanted to bridge this gap between the ones that are already there and the ones that aren't quite there. Like, what am I missing? And that's where maybe reflecting on my own past would be helpful.
This is so good. This is so good. I actually need to hear this right now for me.
Yeah, but like, of course I was attracting those clients because those were me. I like, and still are me sometimes. Like, tell me why.
Yeah.
Tell me
Can you
what.
just explain just for a minute MNRI?
Yep. So, primitive reflex integration, where it began, I'll start where I began with it, was working with kids, most often with autism or developmental delays. And basically we have 22 reflexes that help us develop in the womb and our first 2 years of life before we have communication, we have emotional intelligence, right? And so the theory behind MNRI is that, well, first of all, no adult or child has all of their reflexes integrated. That's not the goal. The goal is for your reflexes to work enough so that you have the brain space to have higher level thinking, for them to not be confused with other reflexes. So one of the phrases that we would hear a lot is turning a side road into a superhighway, which is what we were doing in the brain. Like, we shouldn't have to be thinking about how to protect ourselves. We shouldn't have to use our frontal lobe, our executive function skills, to protect ourselves. Yeah. So how can we bring that back to being primitive or being reflexive, being automatic, so that we have more brain space to develop what we need for communication, to develop what we need for emotional intelligence. So I started working with children, and I mean, as a speech therapist, it was the weirdest, like, setting for me to walk into 2 years out of school, less than. So yeah, coming into the clinic setting and being like, okay, this is not traditional speech therapy, what you just spent 6 years of your life learning. This is getting your client on a massage table so that you can reintegrate their reflexes so that they can communicate, so that they can access language, so they can move their lips and their tongue properly to produce sounds. And oh my God, that was so stressful.
I bet.
That was so stressful because it wasn't being done. There was nobody doing this. There were so many moments I was like, is this legal? How do I write a note about this? Is insurance gonna be up your butt? Well, not my problem. It's not my clinic.
Exactly.
So I'll do it. But what kind of crossed me over from working with kids into adults was I had a client, I think he was like 10 or 12, and he was really high functioning, like in all other ways. And I know we hate that terminology, but it's still the best that I have.
It is.
Except for he would get angry and like threatening his mom and it was really, really hard for her. Of course.
Yeah.
And she was always a ball of stress. And one day, my boss wasn't there. I said, my client just no-showed me. Can I get you on the table to the mom? And I posed it like, I want you to see what your child feels. Because she would always say, I don't know what you do, but when we leave, he is the happiest, most relaxed kid I've ever been around, And so I worked on her maybe 10, 15 minutes and like waterworks, her whole body settled.
Wow.
I mean, and she, after that 15 minutes, she was like, holy shit. Like, this is what he feels. Wow. This is the relief he feels when he comes here. And so...
What a gift.
It was so beautiful. It almost got me fired. It almost got me fired. But yeah, so then I was like, why aren't we... And then, of course, when I did all the training for it, there was a lot of, like, trading and practicing on each other. And so at least one, if not more, of the people in every class would have this huge emotional release.
Wow.
They would feel a million times better. Like, random things, like they weren't sleeping but 6 hours a night, started sleeping 9 hours a night, just these random things that maybe we weren't even working on, but just that one reflex was confused with one other reflex. And as soon as we taught the body what it was supposed to do, it was able to do what it's supposed to do, right? So that's kind of how I started working with adults and more women specifically. I was really, really interested in working with like really young adults. I worked with a number of teenagers, which was so cool.
Oh, I bet.
So cool. And just younger women that are like, I do everything right for my body. I'm pretty regulated in most areas, but this one or two thing just doesn't click, you know? So, yeah.
So in this work, and obviously this isn't your primary focus right now, so I don't want to like go too crazy. But I'm so fascinated. What are some of, I mean, obviously you can't teach a whole course right now, but what are some of the things, like, can you give an example of this person was regulated in most ways, except for this, and this is the shift that happened to help bring a relief or a release? Is that?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah. The first one that comes to mind, super random, but since we were talking about teenagers, this younger, I think she was like 17, almost 18. She was going to college. And I can't, oh my God, this is going to drive me crazy. Here's another one, guys. Here's another one. What is that symptom or disorder where you get angry by sounds?
Oh,
Misophonia. Yes. She had severe misophonia. Misophonia.
Yes.
Super severe. To the point where, like, if somebody was scratching their nail in class, like, she would get red and hot and just, like, angry.
Wow.
And she was, like, the sweetest, most, like, empathetic, loving human.
Right.
She was just like, why does this happen? You know? And so...
Did it just happen to come up with you in a session, or
No, that
was
was
the
why.
purpose?
That was the thing
Okay.
she was coming to me for.
Okay. Wow.
And I want to say that she came to me on her own volition, and her parents were supporting her to do so, which is also so freaking
Amazing.
cool.
Yeah.
But I mean, so I worked a little bit with like her auditory reflex, and I worked with her tactile reflex, because usually there's more than one pathway that is overfiring or underfiring. And I would say less than half the time I would actually find out what someone's key reflex really was. About half the time I would find out by them like having, you know, some incredible upgrade after the session.
Sure.
Or they would be more intuitive in the sessions and being able to tell me, whoa, I felt
Yeah.
a shift of some kind,
Wow.
right? So, but with her, I mean, I think she came for around 6 sessions. And I mean, as she went to college, she was like, I don't get mad at my sister anymore.
Wow.
Like
Wow.
I can sit in class and not have to have my headphones on. And, you know, and that was pretty typical for a lot of my clients. It wasn't like, it was usually really gradual. It wasn't something that they just wake up and they're like, oh my God,
Yeah,
you know,
right.
which was hard for me sometimes because, you know, we want that validation.
Yes.
We want to give that. But then I had to remind myself, has that ever worked for me? No. Most of us,
Yeah.
the way we learn and the way we also need to believe it.
Yeah.
Right? And when
Right.
it's too big of a jump, we don't always believe it. So it doesn't
Yes.
always myelinate in our brains.
So true.
So when it's these baby steps, you know, looking back, I kind of loved those clients that would be like, I don't know if I felt any different. And they'd sit there. Well, actually, ooh, I have one more real quick. This one's really cool. Older than the teenager. She was a mom, and she had been in the restaurant industry for like 16 years, like intense restaurant business.
Yeah.
And then she made the decision right before seeing me to be in the real estate, like low stress, because it would just shot her nervous system. But one of the main reasons she came to see me was because she could not hug her family without feeling gross. She was like, I will never choose. I will do it because I know I have to.
Wow.
Like and she's like, I know that's not good. You know, I want to hug them,
right.
you know?
And did she used to feel like she wanted to?
I think so, but I also don't think it was, like, I think her nervous system was so in that, you know,
It had never been a
level.
natural tendency, probably.
And so, yeah, after seeing me for a few sessions, she came back. She was like, I initiated a hug
Oh, I love
with
that.
my son, and I liked it. That was really cool.
Isn't it amazing? Most simple, like the things that we take for granted. That someone, like a switch can be slowly or quickly flipped, and it's suddenly just like, oh, I'm experiencing joy in the most simple seeming thing that I've never experienced joy in before. What a gift.
Yeah.
How cool.
No, the work's really powerful.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
I know you're on a break and
Yeah.
figuring out what the future of this looks like for
Yeah.
you. But someday,
Yeah.
if and when.
Yeah. I mean, I love working on bodies, and I still do it a little bit with my students at school. There's no massage tables involved, but I'm still, you know, working with their bodies. There's a go-to reflex that I use a lot called hand supporting. The survival function is to catch yourself when you fall so you don't hit your head.
Yeah.
So if you trip forward, your hands are going to come out. And they should come out like this, in front of your face, in front of your head. And so it's also the developmental cognitive function of that reflex is setting boundaries. And when kids, especially our autists, when they hit or punch, it's due to not having the appropriate words and or emotional capacity to say no. And that makes sense, right? Like
yes.
before we develop words, there's this so super cute video of these two little 2-year-olds. We watched it in one of my MNRI trainings. 2 little 2-year-olds. The little boy is trying to kiss the little girl on the lips, and she's like, no. And then he tries again, and she's like, no. And they're not saying any words, right? And then eventually, after like 5 tries, she pushes him over.
Yeah.
And nobody intervenes. Nobody's like, oh my God, say sorry.
Yeah.
He's fine.
Right.
It wasn't like an aggressive push.
But he's learning.
Then he gets up, he takes her hand, and just kisses it.
Oh.
He's like, oh, okay, I got it.
Yes.
You didn't, that wasn't what you wanted, right? So
My
that's,
lips still got a kiss, but I won't do it on yours.
right.
The best of both worlds.
Right.
Oh, wow.
So-
How incredible.
So I will go up to my kids and I'll push them on their palms, and there's a couple little rhythms I can do if they're really in that mode of like, I have one little girl that just
yeah.
I'm like, oh, yep, you're telling us, like, stop.
Yeah.
I hear you.
Yeah.
And I won't, we want to like give as much verbal information as possible because it has nothing to do with the frontal language portions of our brain.
Yeah.
So when I'm doing this, like I'm with them emotionally, but I'm not trying to reason. I'm not trying to use words. Even sometimes like I will like look away just to let them know like you want stop and I want stop because I need to keep my body safe.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I'm with you, but I can't be with you until your body is able to be safe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right? And it's okay. It's not your fault, right? Like this is all what I'm communicating to them emotionally, not with my words.
Yes.
But
Oh, incredible.
yeah.
There's so much, and there's that. It just makes me think of everything that's still so untapped that we don't know.
Yes.
I mean,
Yes.
it's powerful.
Yeah. And as you're talking, I'm thinking, of course, you know, less verbal, less communicative, you know, less auditory communication, you know, inclined folks. Obviously, this is just life-changing to be able to be met on that level. And also, as humans, we are all on this spectrum. This is a valuable resource for every single one of us. I mean, hence, obviously, your job. And you know, when you're working specifically with adults with MNRI. But it's such untapped wisdom that probably, you know, in simpler, you know, going back to that stripped down, more simple version of life, this was all came so much more naturally to us because we were in communication silently, not only with one another, with the world, you know, with our earth around us. It got programmed into us, and now it's not able to be programmed the way that it was.
I love that you brought that up in terms of the simpler times, right? It makes me think of even play. We've gotten, you know, I look at, it's so important to use our words and all the things, but it's funny to see how even like, again, from the therapy lens, we're trending away from so much of the talk therapy part, and we're like tapping into the body, which just seems so natural to me. It seems like all I've ever done because that's like how I function.
Yeah.
You know, but it's so foreign and strange to some folks. And I think about when you were talking about that, like just stripping it down, I was thinking about like play. And you said like, we don't be like, oh, don't kiss her, you know, or don't, you know. And again, obviously sometimes we have to step in with our words.
Sure.
But some of my best lessons about life I learned from playing outside and being scrappy with my brothers and the kids in my neighborhood and, you know, what worked and what doesn't work. And there isn't even adults around. You're just figuring it out. Like if you push too hard and someone cries, you know, there's
Empathy.
Yes.
Yes.
right.
Yep.
And it's like sometimes
Opportunities to repair.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Words are great, but I sometimes find myself just being like, too many words.
Yeah.
Too many words.
Yeah.
Like, this is just too much. Like, do we have to really talk all of this out? You know? And I mean, it's great, but to a point.
Yeah.
Yep. Some of my best speech therapy sessions have been very quiet. Very quiet.
Yeah.
It's so funny because your thing is literally speech language.
I know.
Yes.
But the loudest person in the room is usually me going, oh, yeah,
Yeah.
yes,
Yeah.
yeah. Keep doing it.
Yeah.
Don't get too excited.
Yeah. Be cool.
Yeah, be cool. Don't put pressure on them. It's fine.
Yeah.
They know what I want.
That's right. Oh, I love it.
Okay, maybe I do need to bring out my gifts now because you guys are just cute, and I feel like you'll appreciate them. Okay, and we'll just go wherever. It's fine.
We don't have an
It's
agenda.
fine. It's good.
Some people out there might have an agenda and they're like, where are we going? This is not the podcast.
No,
for
it's
you.
not. It's not.
Listen in chunks.
But if you are like us, this is the podcast for you because we take side quests and we always come back to the main quest.
Yeah.
And sometimes the main quest is actually the side quests.
Yeah, the main quests are usually so dumb, and the side quests are usually like where the magic.
Yes.
Choose your
So
adventure.
can I tell you in the rave community what these terms
Yes.
like
Oh,
yes.
what they
Yes.
because really side quest I think came from the rave community because when you're at a big festival and you're with a group of people, there's a lot of people there. Phone service is poop.
Yeah.
You also might be on some substances that make it hard to look at your phone or operate your phone, right? And then you have like human needs. Like you
That's
have
why
to
you don't send your friends scary pictures.
It was a snow monkey.
I know,
never gonna
I'm
live that down.
teasing.
I'm never gonna live that
I'm
down.
so sorry to interrupt you.
But you have needs. You need to go to the bathroom. You need to get some water. You need to get a snack. You have needs. And so side quests end up happening. As in like, oh, we're going to go to the bathroom, but are we just going to the bathroom? Or are we going to look at this art over here? Are we going to meet a friend and talk to them for 2 hours? We were going to see this set, but it was 3 hours ago. So I guess
Now
side
what?
quest is the main quest.
Side quest is everything. And while that may have started also in the rave community, it was happening when I was in college. If you were a woman going to the bathroom at the 18 and up dance club called The Beach, there was always another woman in the bathroom crying. And then the women were gathering and rallying, and that was also a side quest. You're like, let's go to the bathroom. Like an hour later, you're on the floor with Tiffany and Rebecca and Tracy.
And
you're
they're
like,
your new best friends, and also perfect names.
and they've snuck in alcohol,
friends.
so you're like, okay, we love
Yes,
each other.
we love each
That
other.
guy grind on you guys too? Oh my God. And we're all having a moment. So I get the side quest, even though I've never technically I have been to one rave, but it was 1999. Wow. And we were wearing the space buns and the binkies.
originals.
Yeah, and the binkies. And
I hate the binkies.
the
Is this
binkies.
still
I
a
get
thing?
it.
Is
It
it still a
is.
thing?
I
mean,
wasn't on
it's
drugs, and I thought I just needed
God.
a binky.
Is the binkies have drugs in them?
no. When you're on
Look at
a
me.
certain
Look at me.
drug
didn't
that
do
makes your eyes really dilated. Am I allowed to say drug names?
Yeah.
We don't give
Okay.
a shit.
When you're on
This is
MDMA
Certifiably Feral.
and your eyes are all big, and you're
And your
like
jaw.
loving
Does
everybody.
Does your jaw move?
Your jaw locks. You
Oh,
get
that's
like
okay.
you clench it a lot.
Okay.
Because of the what is it? Serotonin. Like
Serotonin
rushing through your body
Yeah.
at high doses.
So that prevents
So people that have binkies, it's a very practical reason.
Uh-huh.
But
You can just...
you know what else you could just do is put your tongue on the roof of your mouth. And
Yeah.
you can't clench your jaw if your tongue is on the roof of your mouth. You can also chew gum.
I
I
can,
hate
but
gum.
I have specials. No, I'm just kidding.
But people with OCD and health anxiety might think they're going to swallow their tongue if they're on MDMA.
Really?
Really?
Yeah, people with like health
Interesting.
anxiety, like especially if there's drugs involved.
You shouldn't do drugs if you have that level of anxiety.
1,000%, but people do. That's the girls in the bathrooms. Like
Yeah.
You know, but
Yeah.
anyways, I wasn't on the drugs. I just had the
You just had the
binky
binky.
because I thought I was
Okay.
supposed to.
Yeah, sure.
All the cool girls did.
I probably pre-gamed with a Zima and a Jolly Rancher, not gonna lie.
What's the first thing?
Zima?
What's the first
I love this. Okay.
The babies.
Think.
The babies.
Okay, think.
I hope you don't feel like I'm dismissing you because I
No.
just love a baby.
Well, let's not forget that you guys are my friends too. So
You can call me Granny when I do stupid things.
So think a clear malt liquor.
Okay.
Okay.
Zimas were actually the original hard seltzer.
Pretty much, yeah. They were. They really are.
Except
Okay.
for they
But there
were
was
malt.
and there was only one flavor, which was just Zima.
It was Zimas.
But the way you flavorized it was by putting the Jolly Ranchers down in it. So you could have a
God,
green
you
apple, cherry,
Wow.
Good.
watermelon,
Wow.
chef's kiss. So yeah, that's
Interesting.
what I was on.
I was in the days of Four Locos
Oh yeah.
in college. That was my days.
What up for locals?
Not enough.
But then there was
No,
Mad Dog. Do you know Mad Dog 2020?
I do.
That was the original
was
Four
like,
Loko.
I
Grape?
feel like that was like men, like a man.
Oh,
like
no.
the women, at least at my college, like women did Four Locos, men did Mad Dog.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Mad Dog was big in the 90s.
Yeah.
So
I grew up in a town of 3,500. Everyone did Mad Dog, and that's all you had. That's the only option.
well, there were different flavors. There were girly flavors and maybe manly flavors.
I just have had the grape.
Well, it is the best one.
Did you guys ever play that game where you taped bottles to your hands? What is
No.
that called?
Josh has done that.
I remember very.
I forgot what it was called.
Edward Booze Hands or something like that.
Yeah.
Edward Booze Hands?
Something like
Edward-
that.
yeah,
Beer hands.
but-
Edward
yeah,
Beer Hands or something
yeah,
like that. It's
yeah.
like you tape beers. There's my husband's a
And you
picture of
can't
himself
do
like
anything
this.
until you
I
finish
wish
them.
we had a producer who could just zoom in on my face during these conversations. When I'm just like,
I would love
Yeah,
that.
I mean, I've seen this. I've never done that. But then again, I was married at 19 and pregnant by the time I was 21. So
Yeah.
my wildness was very short-lived
Yeah.
in terms of that. But then I had that interesting time after my divorce. But that was just mostly
but
wine.
that was past beer hands age.
Oh, that was-
so you
yeah.
were much classier
That was
version.
Much classier.
Oh yeah, it was wine. That was
Yeah.
me just wearing like a fox onesie to a winery and doing handstands in a bar.
Also wild. Also wild.
I love this
I mean,
for you.
that works.
Okay.
Presents.
Yeah.
Let's.
Okay. All right. Close your eyes.
Okay.
So, okay,
Not too
wait.
hard.
One more caveat. One more. This is like one of my favorite things about going to a rave is like
yes.
you always give presents and like people will just give you
Trinkets, right?
trinkets.
I
And
love
people
this.
will just give you things if they
travelers.
just like your vibe.
I love that.
They'll just literally
They're like you and me.
Yep.
The-
And you
here's
don't have to
my-
talk. That's the best part. You guys, the best part. You don't have to
Okay.
talk because you can't really hear anyways.
Can you take Kelly
Yeah.
and I to a starter rave that maybe maybe it's the one under the trees sounds good. I mean, we're gonna need a hotel
Yeah.
and we're gonna need like a half-day pass.
Yeah. Yeah. I'll think about it.
Half-day pass.
Well, but really, they do actually have
Do
like
they have the granny rave? Because that's
that
the
would
one
be
for
fun.
me.
That would
Crone
be
rave.
fun. Crone rave. They do have a couple raves like at the Knitting Factory that aren't like actual
Okay.
DJs, but they're just like dance parties.
Is that like Dirt Wire? That's different.
Well, Dirtwire.
We're going to Dirt Wire.
We're going to Dirtwire.
Are you
Going to
going?
Dirt
I
Wire.
just saw it on my thing.
You should go to Dirt Wire.
Oh,
with
you
us.
should go to Dirtwire.
Think about it.
But they do have baby raves. I'll think about. I'll come back to that.
Okay.
Okay. Now close your eyes.
Bring my binky.
Okay.
I love a trinket and I love presents.
Okay.
I'm a true Libra in that way.
Let's
Isn't
give
that a
you
Libra
this
quality?
one first.
Can I open my eyes? Am I opening?
Open your hands first.
Open my hand.
Now open your
Now
eyes.
open your
Feels
eyes.
so fun.
Little
Oh,
He's so precious.
these are the kinds of things that you would hand out as trinkets.
Yep.
Oh my god! But here's what I need to know.
We have to describe what it is.
Oh,
It's
oh.
a. Is that a penis?
It's a penis.
I was
a
hiding
3D.
it from you until you.
It's a
got
3D
into-
3D penis.
a little ducky, a little blue
3D.
ducky.
Yep.
I want a
Two
penis.
little. Oh, do you want one? Put out your finger.
Oh,
There's also a present in there, so just push it in there for now. It's fine.
Oh.
That's a big ol'. Wait, there's a penis inside of it? Wait,
No,
there's something
another
inside
trinket.
of it?
Just another little
Is this a
surprise
vagina?
trinket.
Oh my.
That's a vagina. That's a vulva.
Please, for
Wait.
the love of God.
I got a dinosaur, and that's a vagina? How
Look
did,
at it.
wait, did you make this?
Nope. They were gifts.
so you're re-gifting your trinkets.
Yep,
Okay.
that's what
And
you
that's
do.
a thing. Yes.
Okay, you guys, this
Wow,
is, I have
that
a
has a-
pink and blue beaded finger penis.
Finger penis.
And a little pink
And balls.
dinosaur and a blue duck. Little tiny
Salamander.
salamander.
I think he might be a salamander.
Not a
Yep.
dinosaur.
Salamander.
Yep.
And I just have my cute little blue duck and a beaded, what are these called? Pony beads.
Wait,
This is a pony
It's a
bead
vulva.
Do you want to?
Does
I was
your-
hoping you guys would.
She's really got a,
There.
wow.
Oh,
No, you're
yep.
you're
good.
too big to fit in there. You need to go slowly.
Okay.
You just
I
violated
would not
her.
be a
Wait,
good
can you go
top.
around just the edges
Yeah,
first?
just warm her up at least.
Warm her up a little.
Yikes. But look at my cute little 3D penis. It flops around.
It used to be on a sprout, like a clip, and people put them in their hair on their hat, and they have all these like sprouts of different things.
It could be a unicorn horn. It matches your. Do you want to try my finger penis on?
I'm intimidated by your finger penis.
It's pretty.
Do you want to touch my vulva? Sorry.
Yes.
Sorry about that.
This should be a
Sorry
keychain.
about that. I know.
I feel like
It
you
should.
could put a little.
It should.
I kind of like that. It's kind of a
This is
sensory.
a
A little
yeah,
sensor
it's a
stimmy.
little
That's the other
stimmy.
thing.
but
yeah.
this guy,
Like
you can do this. Oh, I like that.
These are so fabulous.
so, and then like, can I just say, coming back full circle to non-attachment, it is weird to keep your trinkets.
Okay, good.
Like,
I was gonna ask. Like,
It's
how
even
do
though
you-
okay, these are some of my prized trinkets, you guys. But what am I doing with them? I put some of them on my altar, but then I take them off and
yeah, because you're
know.
getting new stuff.
Yeah,
and
yes,
I literally was gonna ask, how do you not just have random ass shit everywhere?
I do, but then
But
I'm like,
then-
oh, I've had this a while. It's time to rehome.
Yeah.
It's time
Okay,
to
why
excite
am I
someone
more
else.
excited to go to a rave now so I can give things away?
It's so
Yeah.
fun. It's
But then
so,
before you go, you have to decide what are your trinkets going to be
Yep.
that you give to people.
Yep, I'm still deciding what mine are because I want them to be like a little bit more eco-conscious
Yeah.
because
That's
Yeah.
you know, even though these are very recyclable because they go to so
Right.
many
They-
people.
yes.
I mean, let's be real. I
They're
haven't washed
plastic.
these. They've probably been in a lot of people's hands. So, you know, don't put them near your
You
face.
don't know where that thing's been.
I mean,
I think this one's pretty safe.
She don't care.
I think this one actually was made by one of my friends who's transgender and like just such a beautiful human. And they would love that it went to you.
Yeah.
I love it so much. I'm also looking at the craftsmanship of this, and it's like beaded
Seriously.
and like twisted, and I'm like, how does one? Is there a pattern online? Like, how do you?
Probably.
How do you do this?
Yeah.
This is insane.
Pretty cool.
Oh, thank
pretty
you.
excited
I like
for you.
that you
So
put the little
fun.
trinkets inside of it.
And you know what? I'm cautious to take this home because my children, if they get a hold of these things, are going to
Ask questions.
terrorize. They're 22 and 20. They're
Oh.
they're,
Ellie's
no,
gonna
they're,
steal that from you.
she's gonna.
Yeah.
For years, my children have been drawing penises around my house in every
Cute.
place.
I love that.
They have obsessions. Like I'll
love
pull out
that.
my grocery list and it's like, oh, here's 3 cocks of different sizes and erectness.
with little hairs.
You know,
on them.
They're gonna love this.
one of my closest friends is obsessed with penises, and he is so obsessed that he made a totem named Urethra Franklin, and she is a 4 foot tall. Well, no, what is this? Like 2.5 feet.
Yeah. 3.5.
3.5 feet.
Three.
Disco dick
Oh.
with, and it has little fibers of light up cum that you can go up and down with.
My gosh.
It has a giant dildo on the part you hold, and I don't know if he did this on purpose. I need to ask him. I think he did. But when you hold it and it's touching the ground, it's the perfect height to bump people in the butt.
Oh my God.
And it does often, and it is alarming, let me tell you.
I love it.
And then on the top of that, there is a uterus, a stuffed uterus with fallopian tubes. That has a little
Nice.
face.
I need to just see this.
It's great.
Can he
It's
come to
so
our
great.
Baby Ray?
baby rave?
Absolutely.
Do you
pass.
know?
Yep.
Did you talk about this? A totem is what helps you find your group.
Yep.
Right. Did you
So
already
if you
say
do,
that?
if you are able to call them or text them, you say, "I'm by the disco dick.
Gotcha.
I'm by
Yes.
the weird cat dog that looks like the devil."
I love
whatever
that
it is.
in the rave community, there are so many things that like seem fun and playful, but actually
There's
have
a
a purpose.
purpose.
Like it's very cool. Also, I'm very distracted by the absolute anatomical perfection of this thing.
He made
And
those, I think.
Somebody might have that as a
Yep.
micro penis. That exists in this world.
Didn't we already talk about micropenises?
Not today, but numerous
I
times.
wonder. Jackson has a 3D printer. I wonder. If
I
he
was
can make
gonna.
one of
I
these.
thght you were gonna say Jackson has a micro
know.
penis,
God,
and I was
no.
like,
Please
you
don't.
cannot
You
say
can't
that.
say those things.
No,
I would never say that. I was saying he has a 3D printer. I don't know anyone with a micropenis.
that you know of.
I do.
You probably know plenty
No
of people.
shame. I'm just saying I've never seen one in my life.
Okay,
Like,
you've never seen one, but I would bet money you know someone. with one.
probably.
I mean, I'm not saying because I know them.
Do you know
Jim
someone?
doesn't have a micro penis. He doesn't.
He doesn't.
But
Ooh.
I bet money we know someone with one.
So
You do.
call 1-900
Micro peen.
Peeny Weeny.
Teeny weeny.
Teeny weeny.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh.
Should we take a pee
Anyways.
break?
Yeah.
Because I cannot stop.
And how will we recover from this?
I don't know.
We have to remember to take that out of here before one of us has clients.
So,
Yes.
one thing. So, you have told us about your love of EDM and dance culture and raves, and there's so much about it that is tying us back into our episode on community and being intentional and all of these types of things. I'm wondering, have you always been into that? You know, and maybe this brings us to we always have our Breaking Bad question of like, what was your Breaking Bad moment?
Story.
Yeah. Okay. Well, no, I have not always been this way. So, I mean, when I graduated grad school and went out into the world, like the last 22 years of my life were like, go to school, get good grades.
Yeah.
Like, we got to do the thing, then we're going to make the money, and then we'll be able to have time for happiness and regulation. Like, that was just what made sense to me.
Yep.
You know, I found out I had ADHD when I was in college, got some cool accommodations, also got absolutely ridiculed by my male professor in grad school over really random shit. Looking back, I was like, yeah, he didn't like that I had a special testing room, and he didn't like that I had this diagnosis. And he was just a narcissist. But when I got out of grad school and I got my first job, I was like, whoa, this is it? This is what I've been working so hard to get to? And now,
did you originally get your degree for?
yes, speech language pathology. I did take a year off. But I was still doing the same thing. It was like a mission. I'm taking a year off so I can get in-state tuition, and I have to work so that I can get money so I don't have to take out a bunch of loans, blah, 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 blah.
What's your undergrad in?
Well, it's communication sciences and disorders.
Oh.
Which is just the prereq for,
okay.
there's nothing else you could do with it.
Gotcha.
Nice.
So you were very focused on this
what you
is
wanted
my-
to do.
Yep.
Yeah.
I figured it out when I was in high school, and I was in
awesome.
what they used to call self-contained classroom. And this woman at the time, the woman I wanted to be is nowhere close of who I actually am, which I love. But she came in like her prim and proper suit into this, classroom with a lot of students with a lot of different needs. And she would work with the students that have the talkers, the AAC devices. And then she would leave. And I was like, what do you do? And she told me that she was a speech language pathologist. She gets to go to all these conventions and conferences, and she gets to go around to all the different types of students. And at that time, I had just kind of begun, obviously, since I was in that self-contained classroom learning center for 2 semesters, because you could use it as your like elective class to just be in there with them and help support. I had already been interested in that community because I had babysat a child with autism when I was 12 years old, and he was like 6. So at that point, I was like, perfect. I'll feel super professional because I'll have a master's degree, and it's kind of like health. Like, but I don't have to be a doctor, and it's kind of like teaching, but I don't have to get burnt out, you know?
Yeah.
And it just seemed perfect. So I just had this streamline.
Wow, you just made up your mind then that that's like what you were going to do.
I'm always fascinated by
impressive.
people who are like, I knew what I wanted and I did it. Like a singular, somewhat singularly
Right.
focused. Like, I knew from the time I was 12, this was what I wanted to be a part of my life.
Yeah.
And then stuck with it and did it and is still doing it. That's incredible to me.
It's such a crazy realization, and like it's so crazy to hear that because I never really thought of it that way because it was at the time it felt like out of necessity, like this is just what you do,
Right.
you know. And like as somebody who had ADHD that wasn't diagnosed as a kid, I was just trying to figure out what you're supposed to do all the time, right?
Sure.
So would you say that drive was I want to be really careful. You can punch me in the face when I say this.
Okay.
Was a form of masking?
Yes.
Almost like a coping mechanism.
100%. My mask that I wore like a badge of honor was that I was hardworking. At least I was hardworking.
I want you to like spend a minute here.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's kind of like it kind of leads into my first Breaking Bad moment, I think, because you know, I got my first job. A year in, I was depressed. I was anxious. I was hating almost every second of it. And looking back, I always say this, like, no wonder you fucking smoked weed. No wonder you did every single night, you know?
Right.
Yeah.
That came at a cost.
Yeah.
So my second job was the one where I did MNRI in the clinic. And when I got that job, I was like, okay, finally, like, this feels real. This feels better. But there was still all the constraints of working under insurance and all the billing and not getting paid shit, having a terrible manager, like all the things that go into working in health, really, you know?
Right.
So many boxes that, you know, you had to put yourself in and check.
Yeah.
And
So limiting.
so I kind of floated along for a few years trying to find my place. I got actually let go of that job, like full on. That was my first write-up, that other story from earlier.
Putting the mom on the table.
Putting the mom on the table was my first write-up. And then the owner basically was like, you're too worried about, like, she was like, you do too much traditional speech therapy because you're too worried about, so you're not all the way in on this MNRI thing. And even though we've been telling you this whole time to trust your gut, go with what feels best, we don't like that you are doing that.
Yeah.
In this way. We wish you would do it differently. So I got let go. I was so burned after that, so burnt out and heartbroken. And I worked at some random, where did I work? I worked in a skilled nursing facility. I tried working with adults. I was like, okay, fuck this. I'm going to work with adults. And then closely before COVID, I started like putting my feelers out there because adults was not it. And all this time I'm like, I'm making so much money. Like, where the fuck is it going? Like, what am I even, is this what I thought was going to buy me happiness? Because it's not, you know? And then I had a clinic that was like, we really want you. Like, because that was the weird thing is even though I got let go, I think I got let go from like 2 different places. Like in the community, like people valued my presence and my work. Right. And I was like really burned and I told them that and they were like, please just come work for us part-time. Like, you know, we'll make sure that we give you all the supervision that you want and all the collaboration that you want and yada, yada. So then I started working for them part-time. And I'm trying to remember the exact timeline. It doesn't really matter. But somewhere along the way, COVID happened. I ended up taking another part-time job for a school, for a contract company. And that job let me go, the clinic job, because COVID, virtual, all the things. Yeah. And then, so I was working for this school, and I was like, which I told myself I would never do because for whatever reason, there was like, if you started working for a school, like that's all you would ever do. That's all you would ever amount to was working for a school in that field or in my field. Yeah. But nobody tells you it pays better. Nobody tells you it's so much more effective than the clinical model of, hey, fix my kid. I'll be out here reading. Yeah. Oh, hey, okay. No, I didn't do any of the homework, but it's weird. They're not making progress. Yeah. You know what I mean? Whereas at the school, you're with everybody that's with the kids all day long. Yes. So you can actually make progress. Yes. So I started to kind of like it. I was like, okay, I can maybe see myself doing this. And we were still like mid-COVID. This is gonna be, I don't know if you know this about me, so I'm excited to see your genuine, honest reaction. And I was just kind of starting to do some adult stuff on the side. I would go to their house, do some body work. This was also a huge time where there was like a huge sisterhood wounds and just a lot of heaviness, a lot of growth, but a lot of like hard learning stuff happening all at the same time. And they told me at both my jobs that I was at, because I had 2 part-time jobs, one with adults, one at the school, and the mandatory vaccinations happened. And I started out in COVID, like, because I was in healthcare, gotta wear a mask. Then I was like, wait, what the fuck? This is getting out of hand. And then the mandatory vaccinations happened, and I was like, absolutely fucking not. I will not. I will not. My job is not worth this. Yeah. And so my adult job was like, well, you can't work for us. And I was like, well, bye. And then my school job was like, well, if you are going to have religious exemptions, you need to have a meeting with the principal and explain what your religion is. I said, absolutely fucking not. Bye. Right. Yeah. I'm done. I'm going to go start my business. During COVID, being a body worker. Perfect. Great idea. So at that time, I was living an hour and a half from town, almost an hour and a half. My husband was working 12 to 16-hour days. Never really saw him. I didn't have a job. I was just trying to start this business and building a website and marketing and doing all the Instagram things. And that's when I kind of started to do like little devotions, like 40-day devotions or 100-day devotions. I had like a dance one where I danced every day and I just posted it. And, found out later that was like super impactful for the most random of people that I didn't even know existed out there. You know what I mean? Which is so cool. So that was kind of my first Breaking Bad moment. And because I was like, no, I didn't really want to be in this field anyways. I was over it. I was done. So I'm good. And, but the actual like quitting of speech therapy because I literally thought I would never go back to speech
Oh,
therapy.
wow.
I was like, I'm done.
Yeah.
I'm done. But what I'm realizing now is it was so much more. It had nothing to do with the job or like the
Yeah.
career.
Yeah.
It was just,
Circumstances.
and it was just me finding like my own convictions and being okay with them and not being afraid to show who I am. Like,
Yeah.
because up until that point, I felt like I was so good at putting on that mask,
Yeah.
being the hard worker.
You've done it for so long.
And so I had to challenge myself and like, what happens when you're not making money for your family or you're making, $100 a month or a week, maybe a month, but you're working, you're still working, you're doing what you love. My relationship with my husband was at a horrible point because it was hard.
Yeah.
And there was just a lot of things that were all happening at once. And, I think more so than that moment, I think I've kind of spiraled back to where I was in that time within the last 6 months.
Yeah.
Because that was probably 4 years ago,
Okay.
right? COVID, 5 years ago.
6 years ago.
Yeah.
2020.
Yeah.
They did studies that we perceive time differently.
Completely.
Yeah.
Since being in that
Absolutely.
collective trauma.
Absolutely.
There's just so much always going on.
Yeah.
And there's so much then that, you talked, were you wondering about the vaccine thing? Is that what you meant?
Yeah.
Yeah. And my stance on that. And honestly, my stance on that has changed so much, and there's absolutely no judgment about anything. I mean, having long COVID and being through what I went through, I think there's been such a learning curve. Obviously, in 2021, when I was suffering through all of this and everything was new, I was like, why wouldn't people get a vaccine if they can help keep people from getting sicker? That made sense.
Yeah.
But then I got vaccine injured and, realized a lot of stuff. And obviously the more we learn, and it's all coming out and it's complicated, but I trust that every single person made the decision that they needed to make for themselves. And that's your business. Right. And I also know that God, you look back now, I know this is a bit of a tangent, but the pitting against each other that was happening.
Oh, yeah.
I
lost friends. I lost friends. Good friends that blocked me.
Yeah.
When I, made it public that I wasn't getting vaccinated. It was wild.
I think it's such, during that time, again now, for completely different reasons and in different ways, life is so much more nuanced. Decisions are so much more nuanced, especially personal decisions. I'm not talking about human rights and things like that. We bring our personal human experiences into the decisions that we have to make. And being in community with one another is the nuance of all of the baggage, all of the good stuff, all of this. Our whole story informs how we show up in community. And we cannot fully show up to community black and white without making room for my story, for your story, for how we bring ourselves into community without the nuance of it all. And that is, it's one of the reasons why conversations like this are so important. It is, I respect you. I respect your work. I respect who you are as a human. I respect how you dance and show up and make room for yourself. Because I respect the nuance of you, the nuance of your decisions, the nuance of how we do this. And that's why I love having this opportunity to hear your story, to hear more about how you came to the place of nuance. So getting us back on track, getting us into the meat of your story.
Yeah.
We're hearing the drive behind what brought you to your work.
Yeah.
And then how it was And I was just like really starting to be like, oh, the drive behind it fueled a masked version of it. But the breaking bad into the passion of it is what brought you to this version.
Yeah, I love that. Yes.
Tell us more.
You just said that so beautifully. I feel like I'm learning in this moment as you were talking that up until that point, I really didn't understand nuances. I really didn't think those existed or like we were allowed to have that. I thought we had to be one way or the other and this is how you are and you can't be any other way, you know? So, you know, I couldn't be a professional that smokes weed, right? I couldn't be somebody that works with kids and, I don't know, parties, right?
Yeah.
A lot of teachers would beg to differ.
This is so true.
But, you know, I was so not interested in like watching sports and drinking alcohol and doing all these things. Like that just never resonated with me. And I think what really started to amplify like being settled with who I was and not just like understanding who I was, but like letting whoever I was in that moment be okay, you know, was my journey into dance. So it started with just ecstatic dance at my house and bringing it into meditations. And then it went to burlesque. And that like totally broadened my whole perspective of movement.
We were in the same burlesque class.
Were we really? That is so cool.
That's where I remember first seeing you. It just came to me.
Oh my gosh.
Right after I moved here, I started burlesque, and you were in my burlesque class, and you were in the front. I was in the back.
Oh my God.
Because you knew what you were doing.
No, I didn't, because that would have been a long time ago. I would have been in the very beginning. I did not know what I was doing. I've just always, that's one thing that I've kind of has always been a part of me is like I'm fairly unapologetic. Like even though I do have a lot of like shame, or I did have a lot of shame, and I guess you could say a mask that has served me and has turned very authentic was being unapologetic. Like at least if I just like look like I don't care what people think of me, then
it's kind of the fake it till you make it
it is.
aspect of it.
Yeah, totally. So like in places like that, I was just like, I loved that feeling. Actually, I'm so glad you said that too, because it will bring me to where we're going. But it reminded me like how influential it was to be who you are, giving permission to so many other people to do the same, right? Like every time I go into a class for the first time or do something for the first time, I love being a beginner. I love it.
Can you rub some of that off onto me, please? Thank you. Thank you.
My husband hates being a beginner. He will do everything to avoid it. So I get it. But see, where I get caught up is I won't let myself not be a beginner.
You can't be the expert.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
I am so much safer and happier as a beginner because at least I don't know what I'm doing, right?
Right.
At least,
Wow.
yeah.
Ooh, that's powerful.
But it is.
It's like two sides of the coin.
It is.
Yeah.
I know. It's so great. And I think it's something that I like about myself. But so with dance, I did let myself, like, that was one of the places that really started to let myself be more than a beginner. You know, I eventually got moved up to intermediate burlesque. And I've since backtracked back to all level because I wanted to, not because I needed to. So within all this and kind of like, as I'm breaking out of like what I was like, okay, so you're not a full-time business owner. You're not a full-time body worker. Cool. What if you're a part-time speech therapist and a part-time body worker? Like, could you do that? I was like, I don't know why I couldn't.
Yeah.
You know? So so that's where I've kind of been for a while, and how it kind of like started to overlap and intertwine with everything. You know, I was really into ecstatic dance. I've hosted like different types of basically body or movement meditations and different types of nervous system regulation.
Can you explain ecstatic dance for those who don't know?
Yeah, it's just dancing without talking. There's no or little to no guidance. There's typically an arc that you kind of try to get through as many emotional states through music as possible. I'm really passionate about like using between 140 and 160 BPM songs, because that helps bring our heart into resonance with the music. And especially if as your heart rate elevates, right? If you can match your heart rate to the music, your body regulates quicker. And so,
Of course.
and then and then I also just love shaking. I do a lot of shaking, especially to more of like, I want to say like 160. I don't always look at the BPMs, but I think it's more like 160. A lot of like, if people know like different types of music, like stutter house, like more housey, more than bassy. House is still bass.
If a person was like, why should I do this? Why should I do this type of movement?
Yeah.
What would you tell? Like, what's your sales pitch for this?
Well, I mean, the first thing, it usually starts with an invitation of, I can't meditate. Usually that's like or I can't dance. One of those. I
can't dance or meditate.
Yeah.
There's that too.
And the follow-up is, I just can't clear my head, or I just don't know what to do with my body. And the first thing I always tell those people is like, there's no rules, right? But I'm going to give you some guidelines to help you find your own rules for yourself if you need them, or boundaries, I guess would be a better way to say that.
Yeah.
But if you are unable to make that space between your thoughts a little bit bigger, we're not clearing it.
Yeah.
We're not clearing this.
Yeah.
We're not monks. We're just not, you know? But if you aren't able to make that space between thoughts a little bit larger, then what happens if we get out of the brain and we take it down into the body? Like, what happens when, like, can we get curious about, okay, so I have this thought. Where do I feel that in my body? What if I move it like this? What if I move it like this? What does that change with how it feels in my body? And sometimes that's still too hard for people, but I guess my sales pitch, sorry.
No, please don't be. That was so perfect.
You did a beautiful sidetrack. That's great. And it wasn't even a sidetrack.
It's for sure part of it.
all of
Okay.
it, yeah.
But I guess my sales pitch would be, are you in your body most of the time? And when are you in your body the most? And most people say, oh, when I'm at the gym, when I'm on a walk, right? When I'm playing, right? Okay, well, let's go there and let's like bridge this gap between like mental health, spirituality, and play and movement.
Yep.
Yes.
Right?
Beautiful.
Yes.
Because, play, and this is true for kids and adults, I think it takes, don't quote me on this, but I think it takes around 1,000, somewhere between, let's just say 500 and 1,000 repetitions of something to learn it. But when you do it
Sounds
in play,
about right.
it takes less, 50 to 100.
Right.
Yes.
Yes.
So why aren't we teaching our brains
Through play.
how to regulate through play?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right? Movement. Like, and as a neurospicy individual, the only reason that meditation in stillness has become a part of my practice is because movement is so prevalent. And because of the way that I integrate that into, you know, my everyday.
Yeah.
And because I think I've come to have some reverence for there is a place for stillness. And one of my actual favorite things is when I guide because I guide at Anamkara once a week, and on Tuesday mornings, we do like 5 minutes of chatting, and then we do like 15 minutes of moving, shaking. Sometimes it's just stretching and then like dancing. Sometimes it's just shaking the whole time. But then we come back to the stillness at the end. And I don't know if everyone else feels this way. I think they do. And I've gotten some feedback that they do. But I could stay there forever afterwards. Just like
So true.
feeling the reverberations of my body and my cells starting to come back to equilibrium, come back to stillness. And just being able to watch that and only that. Feels so good. And I think I've trained my brain and my body and my nervous system to feel more safe there.
Completely.
So it's more accessible.
Yeah.
Completely.
I want to share with you something that I noticed when we had to take a technical break for 15 minutes and you were just dancing and moving, and we sat back down, and all of your energy is beautiful and wonderful, and I have loved every moment.
Yeah.
When we sat back down after your, because we've been sitting here for 2 hours.
It's been a moment. Yeah.
And after you moved, the presence, the vibration of your energy, everything about you was just like whoosh.
Shifts.
Yep.
And
I haven't even needed squish
yes,
this whole time
like,
since we restarted.
isn't it amazing? And obviously that is a worn pathway in your being of like, when that happens, then like your body knows, your being knows.
Yeah.
But it's just so like 10 minutes of silly, goofy us, like just, you know, you just being you.
Play.
And your whole system is just like, yes.
Yep, we're
let's
good.
get it.
It knows what it needs.
Yeah.
And I think that's most of our systems,
Yes.
right? Like if you say it's not, it's incorrect. And and then you look at how we're doing things still traditionally, schools, you know,
Yes.
Therapy. Which,
all the systems.
all of it is
All of them.
seated, you know, it's not it. It's not the way. I love that you noticed that, and it was, I was watching you as you were describing that. I was like, anybody who is even a little curious about that after watching her to explain that is going to go, okay, I'm in. Because it's just so clear, and you explain the crescendo really well, and then coming back to that stillness piece. It reminds me too of if you're used to going to the gym, if you're used to yoga, Pilates, whatever, there's always, typically, you should, at the end of your workout, you should stretch and take a moment to kind of wind down. Yoga has Shavasana, you know, Pilates, they usually do a cool down of some sort. The cool down, the slow down is so important. And I don't know, back to what you said, Kelly, of like the simplicity. Like, this is just what we're supposed to do as humans.
We are animals.
Yeah.
We are animals. Animals move. Animals release, you know, the dog thing, you know, where a dog shakes at the end of
the antelope after being chased by a lion. Like,
we are animals who have been so trained and domesticated out of the things that work and serve us to be the most fully healthy, regulated beings that we are. It's literally been like removed from us, and we are fed some other bullshit that doesn't work. It's returning back. It's our feral nature of being fucking animals.
completely.
And I think this ties in so just like perfectly with so many things that we've been talking about that you guys have been bringing up too. But like we try so hard because we are so smart.
Yeah.
We are so smart. We could tell anybody what they need.
Yeah.
Because we are so smart and we have words and we can communicate with these words and we know so much and we want to share all of these things. But it's like, how many of us are actually like here, right?
Completely.
Like how many, and it's crazy because I think this might have to do with my moon being in Gemini. So I'm like,
Oh, yeah.
you know, but like most of my life, I was all in my head.
Yeah.
I was all about words because it felt so unsafe to be in my body.
Yeah.
It felt scary. You know, my mom was always, she struggled to be in her body emotionally, right? And she's doing amazing now. Like, I'm so inspired by her. But as I've come into my 30s, I'm like, whoa, like there's actually so much goodness in here that I've been bypassing with my brain and my words.
Right.
And it's funny because I would describe myself now as somebody who is way too much in their body, which is where like some of the hypermobility stuff comes in and you know, some of the chronic pain I've been dealing with, which I'm realizing is very related to ADHD. Because when I'm on that Adderall,
Oh, yeah.
I don't feel it as much, which is fascinating.
There's so much research behind all of this that you're talking about, too.
I know.
Like,
and I'm just learning about it, and it's
so much research.
so validating.
Yeah.
So validating, and it's also, I think, why I was so drawn to the rave community when we first found it, is because when you are in that environment, and you know, I will give a little bit of credit, I'll give more than a little bit of credit to psychedelic substances, but in the way that they force you and like to be in your body.
Yes.
Like when you're having a psychedelic mind trip, like you forget about eating and then you're like, oh my God, get back in your body. You have needs, right?
Yeah.
And when I was like, as far as like dancing goes, being in this community where people are just unapologetic about their needs and unapologetic about their expression of their body, like it gave me permission, like, oh my God, I don't need to put this mask on. I don't need to smoke a bunch of weed so that people don't see that I have all these needs or, you know, like I can just be, like I can exist in this body as it is.
Right.
And still be smart and still, you know, be able to communicate really well with my words, but it doesn't always, I don't always have to relate in that way. I can relate to people without saying any words. I can feel, I can just like embrace the nuances. The weirdness, you know, I think that's what has really drawn me to dubstep and rhythm, is that it's so weird. And it's like, you know, that feeling when you, oh my God, like when you watch Ben Stiller movies, where you just kind of like, oh,
Yes.
oh, do you know what I'm talking about?
Ben Stiller movies, huh?
Yeah.
I don't get it with Ben Stiller.
He's so
It's
weird
so
and awkward and like
intentionally
Yes.
make
Ben
you
Stiller.
uncomfortable,
Why?
awkward.
yes.
It was
Like
why
God,
It's a
God, no, what is it?
comedian.
Godparent, no.
Wait, Meet the Fockers?
Meet the Fockers.
Oh, he's just cringe. It's a cringe. It's
Yeah.
cringe.
Yes.
Oh, I love cringe.
Oh, it makes me feel so weird in my body.
I like
but like
cringe.
I embrace that now. Instead of like,
so into cringe.
oh, I'm like, yes, like I am, there are things I do that are so cringy and then I just do it more, right? And then other people, those people that might be looking at me weird all the time, every single time that I have a weirdo looking at me, they end up joining me
Exactly.
every single time, or at least complimenting me.
Yes.
By you being your authentic self, there's an invitation for others to do the same thing.
Yes.
Yes.
And that is what it's about. I think that's the other part of what community is about, right? Is like showing up in that way. And there shouldn't be any apology for us having our needs.
You're fine. Don't move. I'm just watching your earring hit your
And
mic.
knowing what we need and being able to express that, in any way, shape, or form.
Yeah.
Right? It's
Thank you.
like, I think most of us learn that the hard way.
Yeah.
From ignoring our needs. There's also connections to that with ADHD, Ehlers-Danlos, mast cell activation syndrome, of literally growing up in homes where we had to ignore our body's needs because someone else's needs were larger than ours.
Yeah.
And those needs go unmet for so long that then it becomes louder as we get older. And that shows up in all sorts of different ways. But what I'm hearing is dance for you is an invitation to embrace all of that and really like be in it, like just to be in it. That is music makes me feel that way as well. Like I'm just like, it's this, Kelly and I went to this dance event with some friends. It was a 30 and up dance party.
So fun.
And it was all 80s, 90s music and
So fun.
just, it's so fun. Yes. And I haven't danced like that in a long time. And I went out there and it was like that, the feeling that you're talking about. I know exactly what you're talking about. It's just losing yourself, but yet more in yourself than ever.
It's just so fully alive.
Yeah.
Like in watching her at that dance thing and in watching you just now and in seeing just as you're talking about it, how your bodies and your eyes light up, it's like every part of you is alive.
Yeah.
It's so, it's the good stuff.
It is. It's so good. And I think there's all these little pieces that are starting to like, because what I've noticed about myself, and I think I share this with a lot of people, but like, when we figure out one way doesn't work, we overcorrect, right? So with me, I have now overcorrected a little bit on this feral side to the point where I'm actually not listening to the needs of my body because I don't want that to be true because it feels scary. It feels scary to think like, oh, I can't stand at a show for 5 hours and everyone else that I'm with can. Right? That is scary. And also, like, of course I get this lesson. Of course. Perfect. So your hips start hurting, go fucking sit down.
Yep.
Yeah.
Go sit down. It is okay that you are separating yourself from this. Like, this is still the most important thing.
1000%.
Right? So that's kind of my current lesson I'm learning.
You can come roll with me anytime, girl, because I have to do that all the time.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
that is such an important thing, right? And it's funny because it's like you said, when you try to ignore it, your body just gets louder.
Yep.
And it's so true. I mean, we both experienced that in our bodies. I think it's part of life, just in general. But it's always balance.
Yeah.
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 It's always finding that.
is.
And it's like I'm not missing out.
No.
I'm not missing out. I'm like, and I know I keep coming back to nuance. I just really like
it's
that
so
word
good. It's
because
so
it's like,
good.
whoa, like how cool is it? I said no to a snowboarding day recently, like a few weeks ago, because I was on my period and I was really, really sore. I'd had a long work week and I said no. And I had really bad FOMO, but I was like, this was the best decision. And what was cool is one of the friends that ended up going, the first thing she said to my husband was, that's so cool that she listens to her body, And I was like, oh yeah.
I'm one of those people now.
That is cool that I do that.
Yeah.
And like, I forgot that like a lot of people don't do that,
Until it's screaming.
Right. Yep.
But so,
It's
Yeah.
everything.
to do it before, to love. Like the amount of self-love that it takes to actually listen to our bodies, to be aware enough of this physical shell. To me, it's the most challenging, one of, if not the most challenging form of self-love is to respect and honor this vessel. So I think we're all on the journey of developing that and of getting to that place, especially those of us who being physically present was full of whatever form of trauma or reason why it didn't feel safe.
I think it's also one of the biggest acts of like kind of saying fuck you to the system that has kept us going on the treadmill, you know, and, you know, you guys both kind of know my journey. Obviously, it's like, I fought that so hard, you know. I ran a half marathon on a broken ankle because why not? That's what I used to do, you know. It's like, I'm fine. It doesn't hurt anymore. The doctor was like, you can walk on it. I should be able to run on it, right?
And there's that thinking brain, right? There's that like logical, everything logically is telling me I should be able to do this.
Completely.
And that self-torture, honestly.
Completely.
Just like this, I will beat this body into submission.
I have to be fierce.
This is my way of proving.
And that's one of the reasons that one of the first things I do with every client in every workshop, in every movement class, is we thank our bodies. Because holy shit. Look at all the things our bodies can do and have done, right?
Big.
Do we ever like stop to celebrate those things? And that to me is what movement is. It's a testament to celebrating.
That is so good.
Right? It's a testament of like, oh my God, like my body can do really weird stuff and cool stuff. And like, oh my God, I didn't get but 4 hours of sleep last night, but like I'm still functioning. You know, like I can still go to work, you know. I can still drive my car. Like I can still walk.
The human body is incredible. And, you know, the nuances are the yes and, right?
Yep,
It's always, there's always that. And while you may have to sit down while everybody else is dancing because you can't stand for 5 hours at a show, you're going to see things that you wouldn't see. Trust me, from a person, as I said a lot, you see things that you wouldn't see. Oh, look at that person and how they're dancing. Maybe you can't be like all in here in the juice, but like you can be down here and it's different and you're on the cool earth. It's different. So I just invite everybody who's dealing with that, like if there are any health challenges, again, or if it's just aging or whatever, like recognize that it's just a different perspective. It doesn't mean anything. And this is like trial. Trust me. I mean, this is like 6-year journey for me of mourning the loss, right? Of when our bodies start to shift. But it's, if you can just be like, oh, actually, down here's kind of nice, you know? And my legs are going to thank me tomorrow and I won't hurt, you know? My joints are going to feel so good. So I can get back up and dance a little more, whatever it is. 100%. It's all perspective.
I think it's honoring the story. One of the things that I bring into every session, especially working on an individual basis, is gratitude for the body and the story that she holds. From the moment the first cell became, there is a recording of history in this vessel. And you're talking about celebrating the story. You're talking about honoring the story. It's the nuance again of both and all of it. There's moments of honoring and reflecting and celebrating and all of it gets to be part of it. It's so, what a gift that we get to live this life.
I love that.
Thanks. I'm a wise woman now. I don't know if you know, I did mushrooms and I came out so wise.
I did hear that through the grapevine. And
wisest person you know now.
You know, I have a lot of questions for you.
Okay.
Yeah. That I would love to ask.
Talk about
it. And gain some of that.
I
love that.
So I'm wondering, I see you brought your drum.
Yeah.
And I'm curious if that's part of you taking us out of this experience together that we've had with you? Do you have a plan for said drum?
I don't. I don't have any plan. It's my first drum that I've ever had, and I made it.
Do you want to snag it?
Yeah.
Can you describe it too for the people that are not watching?
Yeah, so it's it's a deer hide that I like got in that weird hard state where it's just like a piece of plaster or something, and then you have to soak it in water, and
Wow.
it has a smell like animal. My vegan sister would not be pleased, but it has all the, I don't know what you call these, like strings that I individually strung on it, and then a little handle in the middle, and it has all these. I actually put some runes, like some Scottish like runes, because Outlander, but also I found out I do have Scottish roots.
Oh, nice.
Which is so dope.
We both do then.
Do we?
Yeah.
I might even be like Highlander Scottish.
That's
I'm about to
pretty
find
cool.
out. But yeah, so I've only played her like twice. Today was the second time, and I've been, working with some shamanic work for a few years, and this is something I've been putting off for a little bit too long, and I finally made her like a month ago.
Oh, so she's new to
She's
you.
real new.
Really
Yeah.
new.
Oh,
And we honored her, like we went through the whole
it's a beautiful process creating your drum.
And how do we feel about you taking us out with some movement
yeah.
and play?
Great.
Are you open to that?
I'm open to that.
Before that,
Yeah.
just one final thing.
Yes. Put you down here, baby.
If you have a nugget of wisdom, a truth of some kind that is like, this is the thing. And maybe it's the drum. Maybe it's not words. Maybe it's the movement. But if there's anything to go along with that, that is a nugget of Tara Lynn Carlson.
Letting yourself be multifaceted and letting yourself like start and stop things and don't put yourself in a box. Let yourself have hundreds of boxes that constantly cycle out and maybe come back, maybe don't. Especially if you're neurospicy.
I love that.
I think just like let yourself change your mind.
Yeah.
Like it's okay.
Ain't no shame.
How many times did I change my mind? Oh, speech therapy's not for me. Oh, actually, I kind of like it. Oh, actually, I don't like it, but only in this way. Actually, so many times. And guess what? I didn't do it out of inauthenticity.
No.
Never.
Yeah.
Right? So
Perfect.
that's what I would say. And
Perfect nugget of you.
and like talk less. Like let's talk less and play more. You know what I mean? Like let's just like play more, and like if you see me dancing, if you see anyone dancing and they are feeling it, do not try to talk to them. Please don't.
Ooh.
If you want to build a relationship or connect with that person, you copy their movements.
Go dance.
Shut your mouth and copy their movements. Or if you're not a dancer, just
Speak the language.
just
Give them a finger gun.
language. Yep, give them a finger gun.
Solid.
Give them that validation of I see you. Yeah, I think that's
love
what
it.
I got.
Thank you.
Thank
you for being with us. Will you tell everybody really
Yes.
quickly where we can find you?
Yeah, Instagram, Tara L. Carlson.
We'll link you too.
And we'll give all the links.
Thanks.
And you're teaching at Ankara.
I teach at Anamkara once a week, 7 a.m. Tuesday mornings, and
Is it you do it online and in person?
Yep.
If you're anywhere in the world, I'll just
Anywhere.
give a plug for that. Your first class is free. So
Yes.
And then you have different events that you host in the community.
Yes. So I host some like ecstatic dances. There will probably be one at Anamkara this year.
Okay.
But like this coming one is a clothing swap, and ecstatic dance.
I love that.
So yeah, I think that's pretty much it. I think you can find most things on my Instagram.
Yeah.
So, and I'm not getting rid of that, even though I don't go on it lately.
I love it.
Yeah. Do you guys want to move?
Let's take us out.
Okay.
Okay.
So just close your eyes for a second. Feel your feet on the earth. Maybe splay out your toes a little bit if you can, and then replant them into the earth. Try to feel all four corners of your feet. Give a soft bend in your knees. Tuck your pelvis under a little bit. If you want, you can place one hand on your heart, one hand on your belly. And just breathe for a few breaths, bringing all your energy back into this vessel that has done and continues to do so much for you. Breathing into the lowest part of your belly that you can, letting your exhales draw out a little bit, and we'll add a little bit of a bounce. So the bounce, I like to think of, you are sending the movement down, but the movement that responds goes up your body. So it's like a little jolt down. So you want your bosom to move around. You want your fascia to have some jiggle. And you can speed it up if you want. But just kind of find your own rhythm. Keep going, keep going, keep going. Don't stop.